Hi, everybody. I thought of discussing about the subconscious mind because the thought process of any human being is very, very important to determine whether the person is happy or not. And I strongly believe the thoughts lead to feelings. When we were first born in this world, we joined it as a little bundle of joy, screaming our way into existence. And we had no preconceived thoughts or beliefs or even worries accompanying with us. When we were born, we never had anything in us. But how come we started developing all these things? We simply were alive at the moment, and everything around us just was. We never had any memories. We never had any thoughts hidden inside us. We started living in the moment when we were a small baby. And as the years piled, we began to explore the world we were born into. You could recall a child, it would like to go here and there, look here and there if you carry the baby outside, like the baby would like to see everything, learn everything, capture everything in the mind and explore new things. If any new thing come into its life, it'll be so excited because it's learning something new. And our minds encoded messages, ideas, and beliefs that were fed to us by our parents and the society we were exposed to. So, what is that got stored in our mind is what we see, what our parents talk or say, or what the society talk to us, or what the society does. Practically, we witness a lot of things and store in our mind. Being an artist isn't a real career. You're too fat. You're not loud. Making money is a struggle. So these are some of the examples of the thoughts that might have been passed on to us. Somebody would have repeatedly told those things and we store and we start believing them. In turn, we grew up believing them, and in doing so, we mimicked them. So we also started repeating the same thing because we believed it. And it is those limiting beliefs sitting deep within our subconscious mind that can stunt us from creating a life of possibility. We ourselves will close the door before someone could. That's because of our limiting, self-limiting beliefs, which we have created and stored deeply into our subconscious mind. So how your mind works. Let us discuss about how our mind works. Humans have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. The conscious mind is the place where we process all our information at any given moment. When we are learning something new, we are so conscious in doing whatever we are doing. Unless we are conscious, we will not be able to do because that is a new thing which is not already stored in our mind. So we focus and we start learning. And once you practice again and again, what happens? It gets stored in our subconscious mind. So in conscious situation, it is where you obsess over things, criticize, analyze, irrationally worry that you are going to fall or fail in an exam, or figure out what movie you want to watch on any apps, like Netflix or your Prime or any other Hotstar or anything. It gets tired throughout the day and it sleeps when you do. Then there is the subconscious mind. This is the always on mind, actually. Always it will be on, non-analytical part of the brain that acts as a reservoir. From the minute we are born, it begins storing our feelings and thoughts. And that becomes the beliefs and memories that are outside our consciousness and awareness. Over the years, all our beliefs, ideas, and opinions accepted by your conscious mind are channeled into your deeper subconscious mind. So, first of all, we need to understand that when we are conscious, whatever we see, whatever we hear, whatever we listen, or whatever we do, and whatever we believe strongly, because we think about it again and again and again when we are conscious. So that gets stored in our subconscious mind. So only after the approval of the conscious mind, things get stored in our subconscious mind. And gradually, as you feed your subconscious mind with those thoughts, they will be encoded by their nature. So here, the subconscious will not do any analysis. The subconscious mind will just act as a reservoir and accept whatever the conscious mind throw it into the subconscious mind. It only acts as a reservoir. Your subconscious mind believes everything. It has no filter and does not know the difference between what is true and what is not. Think of it like the soil. It accepts good seeds as well as bad seeds. And it cannot differentiate between either of them. That is why I said it is not doing the analytic part. So if you feed your mind negative thoughts, they will seep in and continue to work negatively in your subconscious mind. And in due time, they will evolve into actions that correspond with your thoughts. That is why you also believe that being a musician is not a real career, because such inputs or experiences you have gained because people whom you have seen are like that. So you strongly believe that taking music as your career, or taking cricket as your career, or any hobby as your career, a painter, a sculptor, or a designer, or a public speaker, whatever it is, if you have seen people who have not been successful in that particular career, you also make up your mind strongly, start believing that that will not make you a good career. That is why you are also believing that you are too fat. Some of them would have told you many times, and that becomes a strong foundation in your subconscious mind. That is why you also believe that you are not being loved. Due to certain situations where people are harsh to you or people who ignore you, you start believing day by day that you're not being loved. So that becomes a depression in your mind, and whomever you see and whatever they do to you, you believe, or you have a picture in your mind in a negative way. Even if they come in a positive way, you think, you believe that you're not being loved. That is why you also believe that money is a struggle. It all depends upon the experiences what you gain from the surroundings. It's either because you were told these things earlier in life and you never questioned them, or because you repeatedly said and you're still saying those things to yourself, and through time they were encoded in your subconscious mind. So when we think about anything number of times, it is a sort of practice, like you keep on memorizing some certain things. Just recall your younger days in your school. The teachers ask you to recite something, or you by heart something, you study. How do you do that process? How do you memorize? How do you recall when it is required? You keep saying that number of times, repeating that number of times. Without seeing the book, when you start reciting or trying to repeat, what happens is you start bringing those words from your mind. So how many times you try to use your mind and bring out the words, those words get strongly settled in your subconscious mind. That is how you memorize. That is how this becomes a memory. Similarly, the thoughts, the happenings, whatever you have in your mind, your beliefs. As I said, if somebody says that you're fat and you're not good for doing this or that, or you're not loved by anyone because of the way they treated you, you think about it again and again and again, and it strongly gets stored in your subconscious mind. So the subconscious mind does not differentiate between good and bad, as I told you already, and it only manifests what you feed it, turning ideas into convictions and translating them into mental affirmations and habitual actions. So it cannot differentiate. So you have to differentiate it when you are consciously receiving those thoughts. While receiving those thoughts consciously, if you believe that it is not true, then you should not let it inside your mind, or you should not think about it again and again. So if you are able to filter it when you are consciously thinking about anything, then the input given to your subconscious mind, which has to be stored, will be in a positive way. This is a very simple way which I can explain you how it works. So subconscious mind cannot think, cannot differentiate. It will just process the information accordingly how it is programmed. Just imagine there is a flow chart. In a flow chart, when you give an input, it checks whether it is negative or positive. So the negative input comes into your mind, the program, the flow chart takes you to negative actions or negative feelings. If positive input comes into your mind, the flow chart takes you to the other path where you will feel happy. The feelings will be happy. So it all depends upon what sort of input you're giving to your mind. It's already programmed, as I told you, like a flow chart. Suppose you wanted to reprogram your mind or the program of your subconscious mind, then if you get some negative words, people calling you in a negative way, or demotivating you, or saying that you're not good at something, you need to avoid, or you need to stop believing those things. So only beliefs and these strong beliefs will get stored in the subconscious mind. So the negative words, when it enters into your mind, the flow chart will take to a program of rejecting or ignoring those thoughts. This is what is required so that you can ignore those inputs, even if that input comes to you without your willingness, because the external world will keep inserting or inputting the negative words or negative happenings. So the reprogramming of your mind will take you to another path where you will not get affected because of this. The feelings will not put you into a sort of depression. So it is with this understanding of how our mind works, most people are living in an illusion based on someone else's beliefs. So when somebody says so and so things, you take deep into your mind and program it. And in future also, when it comes, like your mind works accordingly. It is not your belief, but you are taking others' beliefs into your subconscious mind. Wake up and transform your thoughts. That is the way you can regain your positivity. Your mind is constantly filtering and bringing to your attention information and stimuli that affirms your pre-existing beliefs. In psychology, this is referred to as confirmation bias, the tendency to interpret new evidence as confirmation of one's existing beliefs or theories. So even if some new things comes into your mind, you correlate it with the earlier beliefs what you have. So if we are prone to believe what we want to believe, then if we really want to create positive change in our life, then we must first reset our pre-existing limiting beliefs. So this is what I said. You need to erase all those negative beliefs what you have in your mind and reprogram it in such a way that you get some new inputs into your brain or mind. It will not correlate with your old negative self-limiting beliefs because you have already erased. So how do you erase those self-limiting beliefs? You need to start visualizing. Visualizing that, yes, I have removed all my self-limiting beliefs. Suppose if I'm not able to do certain things, I'm not able to do it yet. Please remember this 3-letter word yet, Y-E-T. That will help you to create a belief about yourself. You will not have a self-limiting belief. You will start believing that today I am not able to do this, tomorrow I will be able to do this. And if anybody says that bad about you, you don't have to believe that, you know about you. So that knowing about you has to be visualized. You need to bring it to your mind, all those positive things that has happened in your life and all those successes you have faced in your life. So that will help you to gain confidence or self-confidence and knowing your own self, and you will start avoiding people talking negative about you or negative about anyone else. So we must wake up, relearn and transform. We must rid ourselves of deep-rooted beliefs that govern us and control us. Because the ideas and beliefs that are dominant in our subconscious mind will ultimately take control of our thoughts, actions, and reactions. Because, as I said, thoughts and feelings are interconnected. Whatever thoughts you bring, as I said, the program is in such a way, if you block those thoughts, nothing will happen. But if you allow those thoughts, the flowchart will take you to the feelings of reaction or response which you have to give to those thoughts. So if you consciously feed your mind fear, worry, negativity, you can expect that those thoughts will manifest themselves into your reality. You will be afraid, you will worry, and you will be negative. Your conscious mind has the sole power to reject any false or negative suggestion that comes your way. Because you are the gatekeeper of your deeper convictions. Be aware of that power. Be aware of the potential to renew yourself, to choose your path and transform yourself into whatever it is you wish to be. This will take time, my dear ladies and gentlemen, to achieve, and it will involve a lot of mindful self-awareness, because you're literally trying to actively unlearn what you have learned. Unlearning is not that easy, but you have to do it. And the best way to start is to be willing to see the possibility in your transformation. You should believe that, yes, I will transform my beliefs. I can definitely build A career for myself as an artist. Yes, why not? If I'm an extraordinary artist with a lot of creativity, why not I will become an artist? Suppose you have a passion towards art, remove those self-limiting beliefs. And I have a beautiful body. Let me start enjoying myself. Let me admire myself. And I am loved and I deserve to be loved. First, start loving your own self. You should have a lot of love within you. Only then you can share love to others. Money isn't a struggle. I just need to learn how to manage it better. That's it. And I can. So these are all the positive affirmations, which is going to change the way you think. And the power of subconscious mind says we must believe we can improve our lives. A belief, whether it is true, false, or merely indifferent, sustained over a period of time, becomes assimilated and is incorporated into our mentality. Sooner or later, it takes form and is expressed or experimented as the fact, form, condition, circumstance, and events of life. We have the power within us to change negative beliefs to positive ones and thereby change our lives for the better. Give yourself permission to change. You have the power to realize your self-worth and build up your confidence. You have the power to understand yourself better, to outline your goals, to conquer the fear and become a more enthusiastic person on the path to achieving your dreams. The key is to change the story you tell to yourself. Instead of regurgitating the same old narrative of believing you're not good enough to run your own business, you're too scared to travel alone. You will be only happy once you are able to see the results. Once you start seeing the results, you will start believing also. All that we achieve as well as all that we fail to achieve is the direct result of our own thoughts. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, our weakness and strengths, purity and impurity are ours alone. They can only be altered by us, never by another. All our happiness and suffering are evolved from within. As we think, so we are. As we continue to think, so we remain. So we need to give ourselves permission to feel fearless, happy, and successful. Give yourself permission on to step into mentally healthy and truly meaningful existence. Unleash the power of your subconscious mind. You will be the most happiest person in the world. Stay blessed.